Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Afternoon FM with Matthew Zeitoun. In the building today, we have Gene Wilder and Reese Van Riper.
Howdy.
Local North Jersey legends. We're going to learn about the projects that these two are working on, and
there are many stories.
Many tales to be told. And maybe we'll start on Gene. Gene, tell me a little bit about your childhood.
My childhood was, I was really good at memory. I was really good at remembering things as a little kid. My parents were actually, my mom was actually pretty religious at the time, and she made me go to a Jesus camp, where part of the Jesus camp was you had to remember Bible verses, and if you can remember them and recite them, you get patches on a vest. And I wanted to be so good at doing this, so I got so many cool
patches.
I got so many cool patches and jewelry on my vest to show how much of a rock and roll star I was at Jesus camp, because I was really good at memory at the time. Unfortunately, fast forward 20-30 years later, my memory is shot, and it's impossible for me to remember any Bible verses or remember pretty much. I have the memory, I think, probably as good as like a cat. I know cats have better memory than dogs. Cats can have I think up to like 12 or 16 hours of memory. Dogs only have like 5.
Cats are far superior.
So I think my memory has gone down to the level of what a cat can remember. So I used to be good at remembering stuff in Jesus camp, and now I don't, because
I have a cat's brain.
I've just like drank my brain cells away.
Okay, cool. Good start.
And
he's like, I don't want to say anything that'll incriminate me or anything.
Do you remember? No, you don't remember any Bible verses at all? Do you?
No, absolutely not.
What's your favorite Bible verse, Gene?
I don't remember.
No, not even. Remember. Do you still have any of the patches?
The one thing I do remember actually about the Jesus camp, which is actually the funniest and best part about this whole Jesus camp thing, is during Jesus camp, we were in a mixture of grades from like a few people, a few grades younger than me, a few grades older than me. And there was this one chick that was like a grade or two older than me. I'm not going to say her real name, but she turned into a porn star that's featured on Brazzers and Bang Bros and a lot of other famous porn websites. Her porn name is, which I always thought was very weird. Like, it's a weird... Emmanuel London. Emmanuel London.
Deriving a little bit from this Jesus camp, a little.
Emmanuel.
Yes. Nice. And you knew this. And you knew her.
I knew her from Jesus camp.
Oh wow.
And the I remember I was so young and dumb at the time. She even told one of her friends that she had a crush on me, and I was so nervous to talk to her because I was so young and it was Jesus camp, and I was nervous to talk to her. But
Sinner.
She turns out to now be getting fucked on bangbros.com and
what a dirty little fucking sin.
Brazzers or I don't even is it Brazzers or Braziers? I always said Brazzers.
Braziers.
No,
is that how it's supposed to be said?
Brazzers.
I think that's how people like,
how are you supposed
in the
to say
Arab
it?
world say it. The Braziers.
Braziers.
Braziers.com.
The Braziers.
But so if you want to check her out on YouPorn or
shameless plug,
or
click my affiliate link, Gene Wilder's Vacation.
Or just type in Emmanuel London XXX or whatever, so you can see
Emmanuel
her
London XXX fucking Gene Wilder's Vacation.
No,
in Bible camp.
Oh shit!
No. See, now that is
Old Testament or New Testament?
Why is there even an old and a new. Why isn't it just
You don't
a
know the
testament?
difference?
You went to Jesus camp and you're
I don't remember the reason.
Well, remember,
I
he's
don't know.
drank his brain to death.
I
you said.
drank my brain away.
Jesus can fix that, bro.
He can save you, bro.
Yeah. He loves all the sinners.
Oh yeah, he loves.
What is the projected release date? What's the release date for Sinners? When was
the release date for Sinners was October 8th on my birthday, or 7th actually, October 7th.
But yeah, if you
Sinners
want
out
to
now,
see
guys.
my high school / Jesus camp friend get fucked and a cock rammed down her throat, check out Emmanuel London on Brazzers, Bang Bros, and just look her up, and you'll
Then go on
see
YouTube
her.
and look up Gene Wilder's Vacation. I'm Not Better Than Anyone, featuring Andy Dick.
Yes.
No
yeah.
relation to the dick shoved down Emmanuel London's throat.
No.
Have you
no.
have you connected with Emmanuel after no? How do you know?
Unfortunately.
You know it's her though.
Oh, it's because that was the talk of the town.
The talk of the town was the.
That
cock
was the
being
talk of the
shoved down.
town, and I know her real name. I'm not going to say it
Okay.
because I know that's the bad
I mean, this is
thing to
easily
do.
Googleable, but
I know it probably is. It probably is. For something, I do have somewhat of a. I'm not fully blown. I'm not a total asshole.
Would you describe yourself as like a porn sommelier?
Sommelier?
Yeah, like
What does that
like a
mean?
fine taste in porn. Like, are you?
Well-
I feel like you're like a
I used to be. I got away. I stopped watching porn because it's bad for your brain. It's bad for your energy. It's bad for everything. I used to watch it a lot. And porn really does fuck with your head. But I stopped.
Does it? Do you feel like it affects like the love making? Is it like the? Because
Well, I mean, the reality is, yes, it does. It absolutely does, and it does to anyone. It does that. That's just like because the things you see in porn are all. I mean, I guess it well, I should say some of the porn that I've watched
yeah,
where you're like inserting bananas in.
you're a fetish man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lot of like insertion in assholes. So it's like
Okay.
putting bananas, ice cream, whipped cream, donuts into porn stars' assholes and having them shit them out.
So you were a little desensitized.
So then they shit the bananas and the ice cream and the donuts and the fancy sugary desserts out of their asshole. They shit it back out. You put it in and they shit it back out.
And you would jack to this?
I used to. I used to.
What first
So
sight?
just slightly desensitized.
Yeah. What first sites were you like drawn to like when you were like a kid? I was a big 89.com. I think it was 89. This is way back when the internet was still in its prime time.
Well,
before
what's
Boxy on
really
4chan.
funny is I remember being a little kid and like because we were all probably little kids. I'm not sure if you're as old as
30,
Matt. If you
30,
At some point, we were
You're how
kids.
old, Matt?
I'm 30 now.
You're 30 now. All right. So I'm 36. Reese is 35 now. 34 still? No, you're 35.
Reese will not state his age.
Reese won't
For
state
the
his
audience,
age.
We have no.
I'm 36.
Okay, Reese is 36. I'm 30. I'm going to be turning 37 in like a month. So I'm like old
He
as
always
fuck.
turns
yeah.
before me.
Damn, you look young as fuck. Bro.
Yeah, I look young as fuck, but yeah, I'm gonna be turning fucking 37 in like a month. So I remember the beginning of the internet age.
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, when internet first came into my house, and that's before porn videos, it was stills. Like when you would look up porn,
Yeah.
it would just be like images, and I would search stupid things like pussy.com or sex.com or any shit like that. And like I would literally go on to sex.com was actually, or like pussy.com or stupid shit like that were sites when they first started. And what me and my friends would do was download just an image where it would just be like,
it would take a while for the image to load, too.
Oh, my God. It would take, just to see one image, it would take like 15, 20 minutes.
It's like mining a Bitcoin at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And me and my friends had to do it while my parents or my friends' parents would run out and run an errand. All right, quick. All right, we have time to run on, go on a porn website and then print an image from the printer.
Yes, I remember this as well.
Me and my friend, this is what me and my friends would do. We would run and we would just go to like sex.com or pussy.com and just get an upload. So we don't even know what the fuck this stupid bitch looked like. All we saw was her pussy with a dildo in it. And then we would just print that out from the printer and then take turns going to the bathroom and jacking off to it. The funniest thing about it is that we have no idea what this stupid fucking idiot looks like. All we see is her pussy, and we're jacking off to that. That's the funniest part about it.
Sinners. October 7th,
but yeah,
2022.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
No, but I have a similar story about that. When I was a young man, I too printed out porn that I liked off the internet and left one of the images in the printer, and forgot to bring it up and do my business. And I was up there starting to do my business, and I heard and I was like, uh-oh, that's not a good knock.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, what's up? And my dad hands me this like printed image of like a woman's spread pussy lips like on a fence or something.
Yeah.
And he said, your mother's very upset. And then he closed the door.
Damn.
And I was like, oh my God. But I jacked off.
Yeah.
I
don't think he was mad.
He wasn't mad.
Would as a father approaching that situation?
That was the best thing I think he could have said. He could have been like, this is disgusting. Then you would get a complex.
He just dumped it on the wife.
But he's like, yeah, exactly. Dump it on your wife.
Yeah.
Be like, your mother's very upset about this.
Yeah. I'm not particularly.
Yeah. Being a boy is different because, like, being a boy, I had this different set of rules as my sister did. I'm allowed to have girls over, and I'm allowed to have my door closed. You know what I mean? But whenever I went over to my girlfriend's house, the parents are like, yeah, you're not closing the door with this kid around.
But yeah, so I was always trying to find, as a little kid, I was always trying to find new ways to jack off. New things to jerk off to. Like, you guys remember Real Sex from HBO?
Yeah, I love that show.
When HBO used to
that was like the one way. It's weird because Real Sex
the easiest way to see like naked, like tits or like a quick shot of a pussy real quick.
Yeah.
It was all from the HBO weird sex stuff.
Real Sex.
Yeah, the actual title. Yeah, Real Sex or like. But it was all from HBO, and I remember that I would actually, because we had a VCR player, and I would actually put a blank VHS in, like I would wait until 2 a.m, put a blank VHS tape into the VCR and record the Real Sex episode so I can jack off to it.
Damn. So you were building a catalog.
I was building a catalog, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But how proficient are you with Excel?
I'm like, not kindergarten, but like first grade.
Okay, all right. Man, as the memory of a cat with a first grader's proficiency with Microsoft Excel. How was high school?
High school was awesome, man. I loved high school. I had a ton of fun in high school. I had no problems with high school. High school is awesome.
What was it like? What was like the
Well, no, because I was always making jokes the whole time. I was a lot happier back then too. I actually won the male beauty pageant for my high school.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, my
So you're saying the high school, like the look of Asian woman.
yeah, my high school liked the look of Asian women except for me.
But you won the male beauty pageant.
I won the male beauty pageant because they liked my smarts. I sang Shakira's "Underneath Your Clothes." Remember that song, "Underneath Your Clothes" by Shakira?
Underneath your clothes, there's a hopeless story.
I sang that. I sang that, and then ended it with Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You."
Damn.
And I think
that's the closer, bro.
I
That's
think
how I would really
I think
want
that's why
When you
my
pull
entire
up-
high school chose me as the
You're a winner.
winner of the male
cry.
beauty pageant back then.
What were your interests though? Like what were you like into music? What kind of bands were you listening to?
Back then, it was definitely 311.
Yeah.
Definitely hold on. High school. High school, dude. I was such a new metal faggot. I was listening to Korn, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot. And that's it.
Yeah.
Slipknot, Korn, and Limp Bizkit. That's all I listened to.
Yeah.
I didn't. That was. I was such a new metal faggot back then. It was only Slipknot, Korn, and Limp Bizkit. In high school. And Blink-182.
Okay. All right. Word.
I was always a Blink-182 fan, and then after high school, that's when I realized that all this new metal stuff it's really actually bad music. But I stayed with Blink-182. They're still one of my favorite bands of all time, and I will always love Blink.
Okay.
I'll always love
Do you listen to
Blink-182.
any music that's good?
No, usually only bad music.
Here, let me go to the bathroom. Hey, keep it going. Keep it rocking.
So, Gene, tell me.
But there was one. He wants us to keep going. What should we keep going about?
Well, I'm going to ask you questions. So, Gene, what is your dream job?
My dream job is.
Because I heard you're a manager.
Can I say like what I want it to be able to do, or like what it actually?
What it actually is.
My dream job is 100% just like every other stupid douchebag dumbass wants to be.
What?
A musician.
Oh, you want to be a musician.
But
What does that entail?
the main reason why I want to use music as my occupation is so I can be a huge asshole to everyone and not have to deal with any repercussions. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding. Yes, I am. No, I'm totally kidding.
What when did you start? When did you start playing music?
I started playing music probably 5th grade. I started playing guitar.
There you go.
I started
Were you like? Was it
I started out wanting to be a guitarist, and I got guitar lessons at the age of like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. And then that's when my and I would just be taught like Metallica or 311 or Sublime. Actually, no, because those were too hard. Metallica was easy. Metallica, Rage Against the Machine.
Battle Los Angeles or an Evil Empire fan?
Evil Empire.
Evil Empire. All right.
Evil Empire songs. Bulls on Parade.
Yeah.
People of the Sun.
Yeah.
I would get taught those songs. A ton of Metallica songs. Everything from the 80s. to the
been
early
to
90s.
I'm gonna see them. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I was only
Nice.
Dude.
Life.
only Metallica from the 80s. I hate everything in the 90s and up. I was always just from Kill 'Em All to, that came out in 83 to And Justice for All, which came out in 88 or 89. Or
You don't like I Disappear? That was in Mission Impossible 2.
I don't know what that is.
You can remember me when I'm gone. You can miss me while I'm here.
The reason
Just
why-
as soon as I belong.
When I was
Time I disappear.
so when I was in
Cruise
like
is on an
when I was in
airplane.
6th grade, everyone played guitar. Literally everyone played guitar, and no one played drums. My aunt gave me a drum set. She used to play drums back in the 80s or 70s or whatever. It gave us this drum set, and I wanted to be in a band so bad that I was like, "Fuck it, all you motherfuckers play guitar. We need a drummer. I'll just play drums." So I just figured out to play drums just because I wanted to be in a band so bad, and we called the band Stale Fish was our name. And it that was the beginning of this musician Eric Mendelsohn. That's how me and Reese became friends. Actually, is because of my
It's funny
very
yours was
good.
Stale Fish. Mine was Burnt Brownie. Was the first music excursion that I did.
That was your first band
That
name?
was before Brookside. It was Burnt Brownie. Yeah. I didn't come up with it, but
Yeah, everyone's first band name is fucking terrible.
yeah, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Burnt Brownie.
But I mean, well,
And our symbol was
had
a
potential.
double B, like flipped.
was it brown?
And then I drew like an illustration of a brownie holding a microphone, like screaming into
Yeah.
it with a fire behind it.
All right.
And it was the stupidest fucking idea ever.
Dude,
It's now an
everyone's
R&B.
first band name was terrible.
How'd you all came together over the music program, or is like how'd you first band like actually get together, like you know?
He was getting into that. Met Eric Mendelsohn, right?
Yeah. So Eric was one of my. He was in my grade, and he was my guitarist and singer at the time. And then we formed a band called Primal. It turned from Stale Fish to Primal, and then it turned to The Murder and the Harlot. Which then, when Eric decided that he didn't want to be in a metal band anymore, that's when. Now Eric introduced me to Reese. And we played a show together. And when I saw Reese playing live, screaming at a metal band,
Yeah.
he had the high pitched scream, the mid scream, the gutter rolls. It was like, this guy sounds fucking goddamn fucking amazing.
Damn right.
Still killing.
I need to
Still killing.
steal this guy from right that second. And when I heard him scream, I was like, I need to steal him from his band, and he needs to sing for my band.
My band was
Oh shit!
my band was called Jersey City Murder. We were
Jersey
from
City
Bayonne
Murder, yep.
and Wyckoff. Bayonne and Wyckoff.
Shout out to Wyckoff, man.
And I was like, Reese is so fucking talented, but the guys in his band aren't. And I am, so he needs to be with me
Wow.
doing this. So I stole him, and we did it for about a year and a half until Reese said, fuck you, I don't want to do metal anymore, and I just want to do acoustic gospel God music stuff.
Yeah.
Is what actually happened.
Yeah. I didn't want to be in a band that was considered scum rock either more, but I helped create
And
scum.
I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
He was like, just find someone.
I also wanted to.
and I was like,
I also had
who the fuck's
someone.
going to replace you? Who the fuck's going to replace Reese?
I did give him someone though to replace me because the guy literally, I was at a show, like this before I was even thinking about leaving, and he was like, "If you're ever stupid enough to leave this band, I'll be the new singer of your band." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." So then once I was like, "Yeah, I want to because I was also with some girl, and I wanted to stop doing music, and I just wanted to flip houses and make money."
And you know what I was
For
saying?
the record, Reese is wearing $100 suit. From I know we don't have video.
No video.
Yeah, no video.
I'm gonna say.
I am
I'm gonna
wearing
say.
a $100 suit.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna sound like a huge faggot right now, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it.
Jesus.
When Reese when Reese told me that he couldn't be the vocalist for my band anymore, I actually teared.
He cried for a while.
I was so upset that I was like, it was like Reese was irreplaceable.
Yeah.
I was so
You
fucking upset because it was like, and that's what he kept on telling me, like, dude, you can just find someone. The music is that good. You can just find someone.
And I was like, I have my buddy Alex, and he knew Alex, and Alex did join the band, and they got signed. They got signed to
it was
Hot Foot Records.
Yeah. They were a hardcore label based at a Long Island. They're a small independent label, but they it worked at the time. They paid for the pressing 1,000 CDs. They paid for all the merch and everything. So it's like it was, and plus all the other bands on that label were doing cool and big things. Like one other band's got tours with Every Time I Die and The Chariot and
what's that band?
Kills and Thrills.
Oh,
Kills and Thrills. Yeah. Yeah.
the old Kills and Thrills.
But yeah, so
What's are you signed currently?
no.
Hold on. All right, good. They passed by. They're not for me.
Reese is on Mint 400 Records.
Yeah.
400 Records. It was
What-
a great independent label.
Yeah. What is what is it like? What is it like the process of like just working with the label and like doing other things?
It's nice. It's relaxing. I don't have to do a lot of the hoof
Bullshit.
work. A lot of the bullshit.
You can actually just be an artist.
Yeah, it gives me time to be an artist. Neil runs it. I interviewed him on my podcast, Revelation Radio Podcast.
Shout out to Revelation Radio.
Yeah. Papa Reese's Revelation Radio Podcast, which is not on Spotify.
No?
No.
Why you protesting against them? Where is it on?
Oh no, I don't have any affiliations to anything.
No.
Fortunately.
But Neil
This episode
Sabatino
is
he helps
sponsored
to,
by
you know-
Square.com. Whatever the fuck.
I just want to say
helps.
Neil
VPN for
Neil
your Asian
Sabatino,
porn.
the owner of Reese's label, is amazing at artwork. He did artwork for my last two songs. He's very talented with artwork as well.
Yeah.
Creating like song artwork for
He's great with that. He puts on great shows. You know, they put on a great all over the country. They have great artists.
Yeah.
And also radio play helps with. You know, he'll help you with press. You know, it's nice. You know, I could just record, and I've been doing that. I put out like
Yeah,
a lot of content.
This guy doesn't stop.
I put out a lot of content.
It's a three album.
Three albums
trilogy.
are coming out in 1 year. Yeah. So, first one came out in October. Next one comes out, I think, February, March. Saints. It's going to be called Saints. So we have Sinners that came out in October. We got Saints that comes out in like February, March, probably March. And then we have Psychopaths, which comes out like July, probably. Maybe even August. Who knows? It's going to be a crazy album.
Nice.
When's your song coming out, Gene?
You want to talk about
What's
this
your next
project?
song?
And
So the next song I'm thinking is probably going to be released on Spotify and everything, probably at either early or mid February. Now it depends on. So there's two actually. One really cool thing about this is that I'm having Tom Lord Alge mix my new song. Tom Lord Alge has 3 Grammys, and he has done Blink-182, Marilyn Manson, Dave Matthews Band, Pink, Sum 41, U2, everyone.
Love Dave Matthews Band.
He's considered one of the best in the world, Tom Lord Alge, and I'm fortunate to have a
top tier mixing engineer.
yes, yeah. So he's going to be
Producer.
Intentional.
Producer.
He's
He's a Grammy winner. right?
Yeah. He did a Santana. You know Santana Supernatural with Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
He did that entire. That's what he won the Grammy for.
Which is one of the greatest albums of all time, because Dave Matthews is also on that.
Yeah.
Reese and Riper, little known Dave Matthews fan. Fanatic.
So I'm the most stoked.
Tom Waits and Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah. Nick Cave. Ask Dave Matthews. I'm sure he loves those two boys.
But yeah, dude. So like our fucking new song with Reese. The fact that Tom it was actually okay to want to do. Tom is, even though I have a connection with him, I'm still lucky that he is still would want to do this, because he's it doesn't even matter if he's cool or not. He's considered one of the best in the fucking world.
That's right.
In the goddamn motherfucking world.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky to have this connection, and I'm lucky that he wants to still do this and even talk to me. So it's cool that I have this connection. I'm stoked for everyone to hear it. I think it's my best song. I love how much and Reese, we wrote this song together. Reese and I wrote the song together. We needed to come up with a song that we were going to write with actor comedian Andy Dick, and Reese started playing me these riffs, a ton of different riffs, and out of all the riffs he showed me, I was like, all right, this is the one. So we got together and put it together, and then went and flew out to LA last September, and we met with Andy, and we had him record his vocal
Dick,
parts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Dick is a feature.
Andy Dick, yes. The actor comedian. The Andy Dick, yes, yeah. So Reese and I actually, went back out, recorded his parts, and we're working on more songs. That was just one. So our new song, that's me, Reese, and Andy, is going to be out in like February. It's going to be mixed by Grammy winner Tom Lord Alge, and I think it's probably my best new song. We're doing the music video for it that Matt is directing and shooting. Matt's the fucking taking the captain role here.
Aye.
Matt's the captain here on this video.
My captain. What the fucking
Matt's part of our
position the lights.
Matt is now part of our artwork team for this magical piece of art that we're making together.
It will be an odyssey with an emphasis on odd. But
an emphasis on odd, yeah.
Yes, it will be an odyssey, but
and
it is an undertaking in which I accept, and this will be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be
very fun.
It's there's for the record, there's gonna be we're shooting the music video, and then we're doing a small piece on Andy Dick in Los Angeles, and it's going to be
yes,
it's gonna
small
be
piece on Andy.
Small piece of Andy, and speaking
even though
of,
Andy's got a big piece,
and he also likes candy.
Oh, he loves.
He also
candy.
likes candy a lot.
Also likes candy.
That's what we learned from the video and the song. But I think what Gene's got going right now is very good. I think it sounds good. Help write the song with him. I'm proud of it. I think it's a great song.
And my favorite part is the fact that me, Reese, and Andy can do a song together. I think that's very fun.
Insane.
I think it's very fun.
Andy wants to do another project with just the three of us, and he wants to make a whole album.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
We have a few songs for that already. We'll see.
Yeah,
crazy things.
Yeah, so we have a lot in the works, and I know the majority of the world has a lot of negative and bad things to say about him and don't like him, but he
Explain, actually, to give some preface. How did you end up meeting this guy? Like,
So basically, what it comes down to,
like I mean, like how did you end up like? You developed a friendship with Andy Dick over the past like year, which is like
a friend
strange,
of
yeah.
I'll be up as easy as possible. A friend of mine sent him my music.
Mm-hmm.
He liked the music and said he would want to use it for something. So then I asked my friend, like, how do I contact him? He gave me his email.
Mm-hmm.
I emailed him the song. And then he emailed me back and said, text me the song. I texted it to him, and then he called me the next day.
Mm-hmm.
When we spoke, he said, yeah, I love your music. I want to put it in my next thing that I'm doing. And I said, can you do something on? I would love for you to do something on my song. Mm-hmm. I know you've performed the slide whistle in interviews before. Can you play slide whistle on my song and like say something? It's like, yes, but you should just fly to LA and do it with me. Mm-hmm. So I fucking flew to LA. I lived with Andy for 4 days at his house at the time in Hollywood or West Hollywood, somewhere in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. But I lived with him for 4 days. I got their parts recorded. We've been friends since. Reese and I went back and hung out with him in Hollywood a few months ago. Mm-hmm. and recorded his parts for the new song that we're doing. Mm-hmm. Andy asked me to be a producer on his new, even though he is mostly known for doing like the movies and TV shows, he has put out music albums before. Mm-hmm. And he called it Andy Dick and the Bitches of the Century, where he does it's kind of like, how like Adam Sandler does like comedy music albums that he's done. Mm-hmm. It's like the same kind of shit. Marilyn Manson actually did the artwork for one of Andy's music albums. Mm-hmm. But I am going to be officially producing the new album that comes out for him.
Yeah.
So we have a lot in the works. We have a lot in the works together.
Yeah, that's that's crazy, man. It's like, it's an awesome fucking.
Yeah, so I'm stoked for us to go back out.
This man's got something.
This is Reese Van Riper again. This is Reese Van Riper again. I just want to advertise my podcast called Maple Merez Shrewsbury Professional Mouse Detective. You can find it on YouTube. And it was a creation inspired by Gene Wilder's Vacation artist, Gene Wilder. And I wrote everything, but their ideas taken from Gene's brain. And then I write them, and I create a world for this character that's a mouse detective. He's an alcohol, drug-addicted sex addict. And
Maple Merez Shrewsbury.
Maple Merez Shrewsbury, yes.
Yeah.
And he has a sex, alcohol, and drug-addicted mouse detective that figures out all the crimes because he's a genius, but he doesn't give a shit, and he accidentally figures out all the crimes. And he has a 13-year-old junior mouse detective that he fucks named Elma, and he has an assistant named Twatson. Like Watson, but
twat.
Get it?
All right.
So Detective Twatson.
I would have gone over my head.
You see?
Yeah.
That's why we named it that.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
It is funny. It's called Maple Merez Shrewsbury Professional Mouse Detective, and don't worry. Don't worry, it's terrifying.
Don't worry, it
I think we're going into you now, bro. Yeah, let's go into you, Reese. Tell me about your background. Tell me what brought you into like music, and give me we're going one by one. Maybe cut it.
I'll say. My grandfather was a musician. He was a music teacher. Cliffside Park High School. But he also was more than that. He organized people to music. He also was a... Hold on, is this police for me? Okay, good. It's not. They're passing by.
All right, good.
Past us. He was also a tennis coach. So he was actually a tennis coach that worked with Arthur Ashe, which is one of the first, if not the first, African American great tennis players. Arthur Ashe, yeah. So he was a great man. Long story short, he got me into music, and my step-Jewish grandfather, he was just a music fan. And he
the dentist that was brought up.
He was the brother of the dentist.
Brother of the dentist.
Yeah. The brother got into dentistry school because he had a photographic memory.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. But the Jewish grandfather that I had played me the Beatles and played me Elvis and played me all the good rock and roll music. And I call it now, I guess I had a great upbringing, but now I call it goo goo gaga bullshit music because it reminds me of ABC 1, 2, 3 type stuff, stuff that's really, really easy. But I tell you what, I love learning about music when I was little. That's how I learned about music, was through the Beatles, was through Elvis. I listened to Peter and the Wolf orchestrated, and I could see the wolf in my mind as the flute played. And that's crazy to think because, this is your first time listening to music, and you're getting to sit through Peter and the Wolf, and I was able to sit through Peter and the Wolf. You should listen to Peter and the Wolf. It's a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece of music. But, yeah, I was really into Peter and the Wolf, Puff the Magic Dragon, the Beatles, and Elvis. It was as I call it now, goo goo gaga, baby bullshit music. It's just so simple.
Not a fan of the Beatles anymore, huh?
Not really.
Kind of fell off.
I grew out of it, literally. I listened to the Beatles when I was from birth to 5 years old, and then I'm play me some Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the transition though? Because I remember when I was 12, I don't even know when I would listen to it. I listened to a lot of punk rock, like Yellow Card.
5 years old, I was let me listen to Zeppelin and AC/DC. No, I'm kidding.
No, I probably listened. The devil's music.
Yeah, put on the devil's music. I've had enough of this goo goo gaga baby bullshit music.
Oh shit!
Generic rock and roll.
Yeah, I remember there was a phase where I'd gone.
I think Jerry Lee Lewis is better than Elvis.
You think so?
100%. I think Jerry Lee Lewis would have been a 10,000 times bigger star than he was if he didn't fuck his 13-year-old fucking cousin. And he married her in Paris because it's legal to fuck kids there still, which is fucked up. And note to self.
Note to the listener.
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis fucked a 13-year-old, and it's also legal to fuck 13-year-olds in Paris.
And it was his cousin.
It was his cousin.
Just, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it?
God bless.
Yeah.
That's all we gotta say, right? Judge not, want not.
Yes. Unless we're all sinners.
We're all sinners. That's right.
Sinners.
Sinners came out on October 7th, 2022. It's a 10-song album that's a part 1 in a 3-part series. Sinners, which starts off with song Make It to the Grave. Also, second album, Saints, coming out in March or April maybe. We'll see. Psychopaths definitely comes out in August probably. But those 3 parts, Sinners, Saints, and Psychopaths, Reese Van Riper.
You're mentioning earlier your first band was Burnt Brownie. Name some. Tell me about your early projects, man. Early Reese.
That was the first project I did with a group of people that was in music. It was with a guy named Javier Ramos. He was a Cuban man. And Cuban man, he was my age. We were 14.
He's a Cuban.
We were 14. But you could tell we were men at the time.
Yeah.
We were musicians, And I always remembered I loved going over his place. His family was so great, and they let us practice there. Mrs. Ramos let us practice there. First time I ever saw a pressure cooker was over there.
Huh.
They were making something in a pressure cooker, and they're like, "Don't touch that!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "It'll explode." And I'm like, "What?" And apparently you can blow up something with a pressure cooker.
All right, word. All right, notes
Note to
to
self.
the viewer. You
Yeah,
can fuck
Javier
15-year-olds
Ramos.
in Paris. And you can
Javier
bullshit.
Ramos, he was a good guy. My drummer, he was fantastic. He won like some drumming competition when he was like 13 years old at like Guitar Center or something. And I was like, I need that guy in my band. And we went to the same school, so we jammed out. And our buddy Kerry Kahlberg was in the band, and then we had Kyle Hudson maybe. Then we had Michael Pfister.
Michael Pfister.
Yeah.
No relation to
His father was a guitar
Pfister.
bassist and like musician as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Michael Pfister, he was a great bassist, good guy. Went to school with him too. And then when Kerry Kahlberg left the band, that's when I met Eric Mendelson. And then when I met Eric Mendelson, he lived on Brookside in Ringwood, and it was spelt with a Y. And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking cool." And I was like, I was in like we were in a Dave Matthews style band because I love Dave Matthews band,
Yeah.
still do. If you listen to Reese Van Riper and can't see the Dave Matthews like correlation, you're not listening hard enough to one of the two, you know. So listen and listen. So that's when I met Eric Mendelson. He lived on Brookside, so I was like, let's name the band Brookside. We named the band Brookside. Played a couple shows. You're in high school, man, you know, and then he's like, I'm quitting my metal band, The Murder and the Harlot. Would you want to join? Would you want to try out for them? Because then I was in the band Jersey City Murder with the guys from Bayonne, and I was like, yeah, bro.
and Wyckoff.
Yeah, Wyckoff. I was in Wyckoff.
You were in Wyckoff.
They had like the whole band was from Bayonne though.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bayonne.
But you were in Wyckoff at one point.
Oh yeah,
Where'd you live in Wyckoff?
I lived on New York Ave,
Oh, where?
which is like the Hawthorne side of Wyckoff.
I lived on 48th in New York.
Where's that?
I was in Union City. It's technically Union City.
So where is that near?
In Wyckoff. Wyckoff is like 3. Oh, no, different Wyckoff. My bad. I'm thinking of Weehawken.
You're thinking of Weehawken, bro.
Weehawken, but I was like New York Avenue. I was on 48th in New York Avenue. My bad. I'm fucking
Oh, good.
bugging off.
Yeah, different place. But I tell you what, it's where the music happened. Yeah, Wyckoff. I tell you a little something about Wyckoff. A little something about Wyckoff is before it was a Wyckoff, it was a Native American territory, you see. And they used to call it Happy Hunting Ground, that area. That's what they say. That's the colonizer's story, you know?
Wyckoff was a happy hunting ground for the Native Americans.
They said that's what Wyckoff means, or Sicamac. I'm like, the Sicamac apparently were like a people, you know? But we'll have to see, you know? I don't agree here. I don't agree. All I gotta say is land back. We gotta give the land back.
You gotta do you support giving the land back to the Native Americans?
I do. You know why?
Do you think the casinos are sufficient?
Not at all.
What is
There's
the proper
politics,
deal?
and it's more than that. We gave them the worst land possible.
What the godless
Dakotas, Oklahoma, you know, Arizona. We got to
yet
give them their
Manhattan
land back.
land? Yeah, and yet Manhattan is an Indian name, Native American name.
Manhattan was owned by, everything was owned by them. It's either give them land back or you pay them a lot of money. And it should be more than that. I want souls. I want to see souls. I want to see them get their land back. I want to see the look on everyone's face. This is gross. It's disgusting.
What?
What we did
Yeah, it is
to the
bro.
native
It's
people.
fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. keeps me up at night.
You know what I learned?
About.
I learned that the Native Americans had slaves too.
Everybody has slaves.
Everybody had slaves. Like the Trail of Tears was.
Remember the Romanian slaves? The
No.
Romani? They were slaves.
What during Roman times? Persians.
Persians enslaved the Romani.
Hmm.
Persia was big, bro.
Yeah.
People don't remember. People fucking forget.
You don't know nothing about early Persians.
You never forget, right, Gene? You don't forget about them Persians. You don't forget about the Turks. You don't forget about them Viking fucking motherfuckers. Scumbag Vikings. No, I'm kidding.
For the record, ladies and gentlemen, Reese is Norwegian. Basically a Viking. Shit.
Fuck them all. That's what I say.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with fucking Vikings, Jim?
I'm not racist at all. I'm not.
Neither am I, bro.
But I. The only people that I hate and get mad at are the people that get mad at me for anything that I do or say.
I mean, you're fucking free, bro. You can, you are, you know. It's all fine, bro. If you fucking to each his own, bro. This is the beauty.
I'm gonna be
America.
37 in next Christmas month. 37, wow.
Yeah.
Really old guy. I'm turning into a old man. Old man.
You almost said a reptile. Did you hear it? I'm turning into an old man.
Yeah.
I'm turning into a reptile.
For the record, to the listener, Reese has turned into a reptile.
As we speak, he's shape-shifting.
I think I want to try becoming like a teacher of kids for my profession.
Yes.
I'm thinking more like kindergarten, first grade, or
Got to keep you away from kids.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You're the Jerry
You
Lee
anywhere near
Lewis
the brains
of
of children.
yeah. I think it would be funny if I were a teacher of kids, but that's not. I really shouldn't.
I mean, for the record,
Do
45 minutes ago, you were talking about how you enjoyed watching people stick ice cream and bananas at people's assholes.
Yes. Yeah. Because what's
Maybe fourth grade.
Because the hottest part about it is when the porn stars shit bananas back out of their assholes. It's so hot. I love it. So hot.
Why shitting bananas, though? What is the significance of the banana?
Because I guess it's because it's so like the farthest thing, the most like forbidden thing for you to see. What's more fucked up a woman doing sexually than shitting out a banana? I like what's hot to me is when it's like uncomfortable for the person that does it. That's what's hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's why I love Shrewsbury, which is available on YouTube.
Reese is the king of fucking product placement. Not product
Because
placement, but
I know-
merchandise in general. Salute them.
Because I know for a fact
Shrewsbury on YouTube.
that any of these chicks that are shitting bananas out of their asses, they don't like it. They're not turned on by it. I know that they aren't.
So it's just a check.
It's hot for me because I know that it's not a turn on and they're doing it because they're being paid to do this. And it's hot to see them do uncomfortable, naughty, bad things. And that's what's hot to me.
Do you
They
find
don't like it.
Did you just
They
say
don't-
naughty?
Yeah.
Do
You know
you
I'm a
find
Santa.
pornography to be an art form?
100%. It's pornography. It's part of the cerebral.
Like a psychological. That's like a
What's that? The name.
Cerebral?
You know how each part of the
Cerebral? Oh
how
my God.
how each part of your brain has that name. The
A
cerebral.
candelabra.
What'd I say?
cerebral?
So the front part of your brain, is that the cerebral?
Cerebral.
The frontal
Cortex?
cortex. The frontal
Frontal
cortex.
cortex.
Frontal cortex. All right. So that part of your brain, I think, is the pleasure side.
Yes.
And that pleasure side is that's why it's art, because it hits the cerebral
Frontal cortex.
cortex
Yes.
of your front brain, and it makes that part of your brain happy. So is that not art? How is that not art? If you're seeing something that makes this part of your brain happy because of what you're seeing, to me, I think that's art. If you can show something on film, picture camera, anything, and it makes that part of your brain happy, then that's art.
All right.
Picture camera. What's a picture camera?
What picture camera? What are you talking about?
Like a video camera? Picking dead skin off my head.
Back when I used
That was
to
a
go.
haiku. Picture camera.
So
picture
I
camera.
went back
I'm taking
to.
dead skin off my head.
I went back to.
He's made right for two last few
2020.
days of 2022.
So I went to college right away. Right when I.
Ginsburg fell over here. My bad. Chief, continue.
I'm gonna make that a tweet.
Right out of high school, I went to college just like a lot of other people. I had to go to the retard classes first. I went to William Patterson.
Let the man speak. It's his go.
So William Patterson accepted me, but they were like, you have to take some retard classes first.
Is that
Like,
how they delivered the news?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So I went, I did the retard classes, and then I got in to be like a William Patterson student. So during that time, they wanted, I had to figure out like what major am I going to pick? What major am I going to pick? So I picked communications, media studies, and hold on, can we? We're gonna.
Go, whatever, bro.
Did you
This is the most
just-
open format shit.
Did you
can
just
do.
forget what you were talking about?
I forgot what I wanted to say.
You have to take the retard classes.
I fucking forgot.
In college?
Case in
Fucking
point, exhibit
case
A.
in point, exhibit A. Fucking retard can't remember. What the fuck was I talking?
He did mention in the beginning of this interview that he has the memory of a cat. So this is
Yeah,
good.
he does have a memory of a cat.
Thank you, Matt.
It is. This is a callback to. You were at William Patterson, and you're like, all right, whatever.
Why
I'll
was
take
I
these-
talking about that though? What were we?
What were you?
I forget why I even wanted to.
How do you spell
Damn
haiku?
it.
HAIKU.
Huh.
I think so. That could
Oh
be-
well, you know what? I'm just gonna start talking about something else that I
All
remember.
right, continue.
All right,
Let's
so
I
see
this
forget
is
what I was
another
saying
thing.
before. I could just tell you a funny William Patterson story.
Yeah, tell me another funny story where you use bad words.
Well, here's another one. Here's another one. So I chose communications because that was the easiest major to pick. So I chose media studies as the concentration. So I had to take a lot of TV and movie and acting and voice improv classes and all that stuff. Most of all the classes that I took were all that stuff.
Nice.
So I had this class called Intro to Theater, and what they wanted us to do is take a famous screenplay, a famous play from one of the most famous plays, and then change the century, the time period of when the play took place.
Oh, yeah.
So I chose Romeo and Juliet, and I put it into the slave era.
Slave what?
The slave era.
Okay, good. Okay.
When white people decided that they needed to own black people.
Okay. All right. So give me.
So I wrote a story based on Romeo and Juliet in the slave era where Juliet was cheating on Romeo with the black slave that they purchased. So I went as far as I made a poster board.
Little porn plotty in there.
I made a poster board with like quotes from Romeo and Juliet and quotes from and pictures, and I used like glitter markers and like pink, and like I made it look like a little kid, like a dumb little fucking 3-year-old made it.
Like a 3-year-old made this.
Yes,
Romeo and
and then when I had to present to the class, so I sang a song about it. So I brought in my acoustic guitar and I sang a song about how the song went. And the song started with, and I had my acoustic guitar. Keep in mind, this was probably happened in like 2007. It's probably happened in 2007. I brought my acoustic guitar in, and I started out with, "What the hell is wrong with you? You're fucking a slave. You're fucking a slave. You're fucking a slave. What the hell is wrong with you? You're fucking a slave. You're fucking a slave. You're fucking a slave." And I sang that in front of my entire class in college. And a lot of them got very offended by it. They came up to my teacher and they said, this guy was like out of control. This was like offensive and disgusting and
I'm touching the microphone.
really bad. So my teacher told me, she was like, yeah, this was really crazy that you did this. I'm probably going to have to give you like a D+, because this was like, you offended a lot of people. You made a lot of people angry and upset. And I was like, okay, good. That's what I wanted. No, I didn't want that. What I wanted to do is just to be funny. I was just trying to be funny, really. That was the main point of it. But I did that, and I can't believe that I did that. And I would never get away with that now. But I actually did that, and I actually sang that in front of my fucking intro to theater college class at William Patterson. I sang, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're fucking a slave," with my acoustic guitar.
Reprise.
And I had these pictures of Romeo and Juliet and all these like black people getting like fucking like whipped and shit. And I sang that. What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, so I did that back in like
You're acting just like Andy.
2007.
And I sang that.
Yeah.
You sound
But
like Andy.
I actually did that. I would never get away with it now. I would probably get fucking. Dude, could you imagine I did that? Could you imagine I did that at William Patterson today? Dude, that was fucking
2000.
that was 2007. So
It was last week.
no, that was like 15, 16 years ago.
16 years ago. You're 20 years old.
2000.
2000.
That had to 2007, 2008, 2009.
Damn. All right.
2000. But I actually sang that.
So tell me how after this song was sang, William Patterson asked you to join their board.
You know what I want to do? I want to do a follow-up with this podcast, and I want to take a picture because I still
touch
say
that microphone again. Why are you touching the microphone? Every time you touch it, you hear those noises.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I promise I won't touch it anymore.
Reese edits. I don't know.
That's right.
I'm
I
raw.
want to. I'll show you because it was too funny for me to throw away.
What?
I was like,
You have the poster.
because I made a poster for it.
Yeah,
too.
with the little kid poster. You still have the poster.
Yeah, because I saved it because I was like, this is too fucking funny.
What were you like?
This is
You
too
were going
fucking
in
funny.
like, yo, I'm a fucking. What was your mentality
my
going into the crowd?
My mentality was, I'm the funniest person here. I'm just gonna be as funny as. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, your performances are fucking like.
I thought it was
Sit on
being
my
funny,
face
and that's what I
as
did.
a smash hit. It's a fucking like what? Why is it? Do you choose the lyrics for your lyrics? Like, how do you approach like making lyrics of sorts? Is it like, I just want to be funny, or is it like
I go for what's the most fun thing for me to sing? What's the most fun thing for me to do? What's fun for me? I'll have fun saying this. I'll have fun singing this, and that's how I do it. This is what's fun for me. Yeah. It's and that's my favorite song to perform live to this day.
What, the slave or the sit on my face?
Sit on my face.
Sit on my face.
The sit on my face song.
It's weird because it's like You're like I would describe your music as like pop punk,
Yes.
experimental.
Exactly.
A pop punk
because
experimental.
I'm to be like I'm a I have a pop punk heart. I have a pop punk heart. I have a noise heart. I have a weird like I have a lot of different things that I'm into, but I really love pop punk is one of my biggest. Pop punk is one of my favorite genres, so that's why it always like comes down to like it's really essentially like pop punk influenced. If you listen to any of my music, it's like this guy obviously likes pop punk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If you listen to this guy's music,
but you go. I don't know. You take a different route than most of them. It's more like I'm away my room.
Yeah. See, my thing is
I hate
doing
pop punk.
Yeah.
pop punk, but making it as making my own art form of it, my own weird.
Your
rock.
own like lane of it. When do you
Yes.
feel like your music started to come into its own lane?
Really, when I wrote that song, Prairie and Vacation, the Sit on My Face song, that's when I realized, like, okay, this is my thing, this is my genre. Mm-hmm. It's like electronic and rock and pop punk and noise and weird all mixed together. But that was the first song that really made me feel. I feel like I made my own genre of weird, dark pop punk. Yeah.
Where do you see your music going forward? Like, what after this project, where do you like? Are there like any sounds or any like ways you want to expand on?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be the same vibes, but my lyrics are probably gonna be on my next song. I feel like my next song I'm gonna make it like really sad. Like probably the saddest song that anyone's ever heard. That's probably my next thing that I'm going for. Can't wait for everyone to hear it. I'm sure everyone can't wait to hear it too. The saddest song. But yeah, it's probably going to be really, really fucking sad.
I have some music coming out.
Drop that advertisement there, Daddy.
After Sinners, Saints, and Psychopaths, I'm putting out one of my saddest records, and I'm naming it Sad Song Sing Along, which I stole from one of my ex-girlfriends, who I love. She's amazing.
Yeah.
We still have a good relationship.
All right, good.
But she came up with Sad Song Sing Along, and I was like, hey, I'm going to name an album off of that. You know. So when I didn't say that.
How'd she react?
She didn't react to it. I haven't told her yet.
Well, now,
But
now she'll
she'll know.
Yeah. Sad song sing-alongs.
Yeah. It's going to be maybe a part series. You know, because I write a lot of sad songs. You like sad songs, Gene?
I love sad songs.
I write a lot of sad songs.
Extremely sad anything. I love it. Oh my
Eternal
God,
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, fan?
I
Jack?
remember. I need to see that movie again. I remember when I watched it, I liked it, but I don't remember it. Because I only remember, I was only good at remembering Bible verses when I was young. But that I know that it was a great movie, and I love Jim Carrey.
What's your favorite Bible verse, Gene?
Emmanuel London from Brazzers.
And with that, I feel like we're going to cut it.
I think so.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Afternoon FM. Reese Van Riper, Gene Wilder. Take care. Stay beautiful.